Hi kids!
My name is Leah Thomas. I'm a transgender woman, a former college swimmer, and the first trans athlete to be named Division I NCAA champion.
I really hope this is an okay time because it is day 1000 of being a girl. Woohoo!
Womanhood does not exist without trans women.
I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
Yes, the meep. I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
True. Yes, sorry, good point. Are you he or she?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if a child, a minor, comes out to you as trans, gay, lesbian, bi, whatever, your first move should not be immediately to go tell the parents.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like, all the time.
I'm a little trans girl, small and cute.
What's that? What's puzzle? Is he or they with us?
Some carry hate. We carry the largest trans pride flag to ever be flown in a national park and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point. That trans is natural.
One struggle, one fight, Palestine trans rights. One struggle, one fight, Palestine trans rights.
I'm a trans woman and I'm proud.
I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom.
One last personal fact. Most trans kids know that they're trans between the ages of 3 and 7. My daughter knew around 2 and a half.
No assimilation! Trans-liberation! No assimilation! Trans-liberation! No assimilation! Trans-liberation!
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jacob. So I want to start this off by showing you the kind of stuff that's been all over the internet lately. Because honestly, it's kind of insane how normalized some of this has become. You've got people saying things like, womanhood doesn't exist without trans women, threatening anyone who disagrees, arguing over basic language like pronouns, and pushing all of this into everyday situations, even with kids. And look, here's the thing. This isn't just some random niche topic anymore. For the past few years, this whole movement has been pushed everywhere. Social media, entertainment, news, schools. You couldn't avoid it even if you tried. But now, people are starting to push back. Regular people are getting tired of it. They're frustrated, confused, and honestly just want things to make sense again. And I think a big turning point was the 2024 US election. You had one side saying, we need to stop this from going further, and a lot of people agreed with that. Because when you've got a society where people get canceled for disagreeing, language is constantly being changed, pronouns are treated like top priority issues, and women's spaces and sports are being affected, eventually people are going to say, yeah, enough. And one of the biggest issues that really woke people up was sports. You've got biological males competing in women's sports, winning titles, taking spots, breaking records, and people are looking at that like, how is this fair? But now, people are starting to push back. Regular people are getting tired of it. They're frustrated, confused, and honestly just want things to make sense again. A lot of people first noticed it when athletes started speaking out. They were competing against someone who transitioned and suddenly went from average in men's rankings to dominating in women's. That's when people started connecting the dots. And it wasn't just sports. It was stuff like locker rooms, too. Women being put into uncomfortable situations, and if they spoke up, they were the ones getting punished. That's when it really started clicking for people. You've got biological males competing in women's sports, winning titles, taking spots, breaking records, and people are looking at that like, how is this fair? But now, people are starting to push back. Regular people are getting tired of it. They're frustrated, confused, and honestly just want things to make sense again. Now fast forward to now, and yeah, there's way more pushback. Even people who used to stay quiet are speaking up. And social media played a huge role in this too. Because you've got influencers out there saying wild stuff, targeting younger audiences, pushing ideas that a lot of people feel are just way too far. And instead of helping their cause, it kind of did the opposite. People started noticing patterns. They started questioning things more. And once that happens, it's hard to go back. Even big companies got involved. And when they pushed certain messages, people pushed back hard. We've seen brands lose crazy amounts of money because consumers just said, nope. That alone shows you where public opinion is going. But probably the biggest and most serious issue that really turned people against all of this is when it comes to kids. When people started realizing that minors were being put on blockers, hormones, or even surgeries, that's when things got real. Because now it's not just opinions or identity, it's permanent decisions. And that's where a lot of people draw the line. You've got stories coming out, people regretting it, people speaking up about what they went through, and that's changing how others see everything. It's not just theory anymore. It's real consequences. And because of that, laws and policies are starting to change. Not everywhere, but enough to show that things are shifting. Because now it's not just opinions or identity, it's permanent decisions. And that's where a lot of people draw the line. You've got stories coming out, people regretting it, people speaking up about what they went through, and that's changing how others see everything. It's not just theory anymore. It's real consequences. And because of that, laws and policies are starting to change. Not everywhere, but enough to show that things are shifting. Even outside the US, you're seeing clinics shut down, treatments being restricted, and legal definitions being clarified. And yeah, that's caused backlash too. Some people are angry, some are protesting, but others feel like things are finally going back to common sense. And I think that's where we are right now. It's not gone, it's just being questioned now. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Was this shift inevitable? Did you notice when things started changing? Let me know. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Staring at the ceiling of my childhood room. The posters on the walls are smelling like doom. My mom's in the hallway, she's yelling again about a broken lamp and my sketchy friends. But she doesn't get that we're just killing time in a zip code built on a social crime. I'm checking my phone for a text that won't come.